Of the bell, anticipation mounting. The royal family stood before the assembly, their regal attire dignifying the occasion. With the ceremony in full swing, the moment everyone had been waiting for was drawing near. And then the moment arrived. Prince Hinrik stood before his people, ready to accept the mantle of kingship. The air was thick with anticipation as all eyes turned to the prince, a figure of wisdom and justice, loved by his people for his fair judgments. The crowning was not marred by the usual solemnity of a king's death, but was a joyous celebration, a transition of power from a father to a son, both alive and well. The old king, Baldur, a remarkable figure of longevity and leadership, held the crown aloft, and places it upon Hinrik's head as beside him stood Louisa, her eyes filled with pride and joy. As the queen's crown was gently placed on her head, the cheers grew louder. The people of Gireland welcomed their new queen with open arms, their voices echoing through the streets of Newcastle. Queen Louisa, a beacon of grace and strength, ready to rule by her husband's side. Now King Hinrik called forth his son, Duke Eberhard. Silence descended. The young duke, just 21, moved towards the throne. King Hinrik held aloft a second crown, its design shimmering. As the crown rested on Eberhard's head, Hinrik declared, "I name you Eberhard, Prince of the realm, heir to my throne." Dukes and knights watched on. The crowning was a pledge of continuity, the king's commitment to his kingdom's welfare. Future of Gireland felt secure. Eberhard, known as the Knight Silver Lynx, had proven himself in combat. With the crowning of Prince Eberhard, it was time for the new king and his family to meet their subjects. The castle doors creaked open. King Hinrik, his family, and the crowd in Newcastle's courtyard radiated joy. Applause rang out. The king, adored by all, was greeted with respect, while his predecessor and son also shared the spotlight. The air was filled with anticipation and hope for Hinrik's reign. Gireland streets buzzed with cheerfulness. The royals greeted their people, reflecting their enthusiasm. As the celebration continued, the new king, his father and his son prepared for their first official duty, meeting with the dukes of the realm. With the festivities still in full swing, King Hinrik, his father, and Prince Eberhard retreated to meet with the dukes of Gireland. The purpose? To Hinrik's rise and his readiness to lead justly, he was stepping into a legacy of wisdom embraced in his title, the Wise. And so a day of celebration and transition ended, marking the beginning of King Hinrik's reign, a reign that to be as wise and just as the man himself.